So welcome everybody. This is a session of Digital Humanities Inside of the 6th Icarus Creation Days, second day. We had a lovely time yesterday and this morning, and I'm really happy to see you all again and some new faces. Welcome. This lesson will start now, session, and it will last until 3 o'clock. We have 4 speakers, so that gives about 15 minutes per speaker. So just please stick with your time frames, because after this session, we are immediately going into another one. So I appreciate that in advance. Thank you very much. I will not give long introductions. All of your abstracts and your contact addresses are written in the book of abstract that is available on our website, so please check it. And also I have to make special notice that this is a recording session. We do hope that we will be able to share it widely afterwards on YouTube channel, but you will be contacted regarding that. So not to waste any more time, welcome Professor Luiza Catrinel Marinescu. Sorry if I mispronounced, I'm very sorry. The screen is yours, please go ahead.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Luiza Marinescu, and I'm associate professor at the University St. Kliment Ohridsky, Bulgaria, since this autumn, where I do teach Romanian language for foreign students. At my university in Bucharest, in Romania, I used to teach Romanian language and literature. And I was, and I am specialist in old Romanian literature and comparative literature. As a matter of fact, I was invited at your conference, and I'm very grateful for that, because I am a member of the project regarding digital humanities. So I am coming from the domain of teaching. Teaching and learning online can be a rich and rewarding experience. I have had this opportunity to find out since 2000, when a private university in Bucharest tested distance learning through private TV programs. Since then, I was captivated by the way in which the internet, the television design programs for classes are useful in the process of teaching and learning Romanian language and literature. In designing and creating this course, I have listened to, talked with, and learned with a wide range of experts in the field of television educational broadcasting, as digital learning was also a dream in 2001, the year when we began this project. In 2007, there was organized a master degree regarding the new tools, the digital libraries, the digital museum, which are useful for training Romanian language and literature teachers and professors. All these steps in my career were fortunately accompanied by the development of the net, internet in my country, and also by the fact that it was the era of discovering digital treasures in the library, archives and museums in my country. These courses, Why Should We Love Romanian Literature, attracted learners from all over the country, from diverse backgrounds, and learning for a variety of reasons. Apart from the time spent on the course steps, these tools help students to do supplementary study, to reflect on how they might apply learning, and to set goals for the future. My presentation from today is a sort of a nutshell, Romanian digital cultural heritage, in a nutshell, from the point of view of the professor. In 2021, it was the last year, and in the last year, there are several tools developed by the main authorities and institutions implied in this network in Romania. So we have here one of the most important institutions, which is the Romanian digital cultural, implied in the spreading of knowledge about Romanian digital cultural heritage. We have here a branch of Romanian archives, the branch of Brașov, which developed a virtual museum and a gallery with the most important documents in our country. The state archives are made of one of major archives in Bucharest and multiple county branch archives. Several other state archives have their own archival system and collections. These include the military archives, the diplomatic archives of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The former state archives of Romania became in 1996 the National Archives of Romania, recognized by the Ministry of the Interior and Administrative Reform. There are now 42 branches on each county of Romania and one in Bucharest with documents specifically related to the city. What it is important to understand is this the most important achievement for teachers and learners regarding the access to the digital cultural heritage are, first of all, the impact of digital technologies over the motivation, the topics, and the process of learning. Then the involvement of network, mobile, and social learning in the new and digitally enabled approaches to learning design. Then the importance of learner-centered approaches to learning and the design of learning. In this respect, I must underline the key roles of the design teams in the digital learning. Also, regarding the usage of the documents from the National Archives of Romania, it is important to underline the practical strategies and pathway for developing and disseminating the professional practice, and in the same time extending students' accessibility to information in archival documents held by the National Archives, making relevant services and information available both online and through direct contact on the premises of the institution. This institution has a library, the Library of the National Archives in Romania, which provides researchers at the study room with numerous volumes of expertise. The link is on the Library of Romanian Archives is also in connection with the Romanian National Library from Bucharest. Reading in the library and or in the archives library room, the researchers are challenged with the new and interesting ideas. They are prompt connected and engage with other students and researchers and professors. Speaking about the projects of the National Archives, I will present some projects which seems to me very important. First of all is the project of digitization of medieval documents from the National Archives of Romania, which was implemented by the University of Bucharest in partnership with the National Archives of Romania, Babes-Bolyai University in Cluj-Napoca, and the National Archives of Norway between December 2014 and October 2016. The overall objective of the project is to digitize all medieval documents prior to 160 kept in the National Archives of Romania, regardless of the form of storage, original, copy, transhump, summary, and the creation of a database accessible online. The online project Photothek of Romanian Communists was started as a result of growing public interest in the communist regime in Romania and because of the inaccessibility of photographic sources for the period. On November 14, 2008, the National Archives of Romania and the Institute of Investigation of the Crime of Communists concluded a collaboration protocol with a view to the realization of the online Photothek of Romanian Communists, the first and the largest free database in Romania, accessible on the internet, with photos from 1945 till 1989, but also from the period 1921-1944. The institution, the National Archives of Romania, also provides another useful tool in initiating scientific research, the online inventory collection of the Central National Historic Archives, or those of the county archives. Another institution which is very important for our country is the National Institute of Patrimony. The Commission of Historical Monuments was established in 1892 under the authority of the Ministry of Public Instruction. During its more than 50 years of operation, this institution was ruled by prominent figures in Romanian culture. In 2009, CIMEC, which is one of the branch of this institution, is reorganized as a subsidiary with legal personality and own income under the Ministry of Professional Training and Culture. This institution, this branch of this institution, do a lot of things for Romanian culture, especially connecting and making a very useful database, which was operational on Pro-Europeana. And this experience has conducted me to an extensive research, different learners types, and encouraging digital learning practitioner using the platform Blackboard Academic Suite. So in the period when I was working at my digital course, I was fond of digital resources, and maybe this was the period in which all this system in Romania was organized. In Romania, the digitization activities of publication with the aim of online exposure began to manifest themselves mainly from the late of 2000s. In 2008, as a consequence of the launch of Pro-Europeana, the government published a judgment on the approval of the national program for the digitization of national cultural resources and the creation of the Digital Library of Romania. Of course, libraries are safe and interesting places for lifelong learners. Lifelong learners are characterized by the commitment to continuous learning over their lifespan. They are self-motivated and self-directed in their learning, and they are driven by personal and professional growth and development. With the affordances of technology, digital learning breaks down geographical, social, and economic barriers, bringing with it new and various opportunities for lifelong learners. In connection with our cost action, which is distant reading for European literary history, it is important to underline that much of the learning done in the workplace, mine at least, is in response to challenges and weak problems that they are thrown at us on daily basis. We rise to the challenge, we solve problems, and we look to the internet to research new skills and approaches to these problems. This informal learning has comprises probably 80% of my upskilling in the past decade, since leaving university last time around. The professor need to embrace new ideas, to be curious, be mindful, and if they don't seek out new ideas and skill, everyone will pass them by. I've really come a long way in my growth as a professional in educational space and in distance learning. It was an opportunity for me to join the cost action, distant reading for European literary history, in order to discover that our domain of research, which is Romanian literature, was very much developed in the last years. Given in its inter- and transdisciplinary scientific character, the Museum of the Romanian digital novel, which was edited by the Transylvania magazine from 2017, edited by the National Museum Complex Astra, is one of the best and well-known resources for our cost action. In Transylvania, there are published studies and articles of scientific nature and reviews from various fields, taking into account humanities such as the sciences of literature, the history of social, economic, cultural, and political thinking, philosophy, and religion. On this site, we can find out almost all the important novels regarding European literary history from our cost action.
Just 2 minutes heads up, if that's all right.
Okay, in the same time, I would like to underline the fact that we have also the possibility to discover this resource, which was one of the first digital resources regarding digital humanities in Romania. This is the Biblioteca Metropolitană of Bucharest, Metropolitan Library of Bucharest. And then we have very important resources such as the Lucian Blaga Central University Library from Cluj-Napoca. There is also the National Library of Romania, which begins to develop its digital links. And also the Library of Romanian Academy, which developed a lot of things, which has a various amount of documents and is also in the stage of developing its heritage. Of course, books, museum, languages have incredible abilities to provide us knowledge. Together with them, we are nothing but bricks. In this respect, we have to underline that we have the obligation to combine all these discoveries in the level of the digital humanities with our knowledge and with our interest for this emerging domain of knowledge. Thank you for your attention, and I will be glad if you have questions for me, and thank you again for your attention.
Thank you very much. It was really interesting. I will ask our participants to leave the questions at the end, so just to have enough time for everybody to give their talks. And I see your email is here, and you may gotten a question via email also. I love the fact that you mentioned different heritage institutions from which all this incredible material came. I think this is very important in our context also.